Let's see here. Beginning test 27. Subject still remains unresponsive. No noticeable improvement. No increased response time. Still unsure of the exact cause and concern. For tonight's test, we will be switching out power filter, switching out oil filter, additioning and upgrading the coloration chips. See, hopefully that will improve it, as well as a few minor adjustments. Let's see. Now, considering we found you in quite the deserted state, not too surprised, however, I would expect a robot of your caliber, of your skill, considering you're known for the adaptability, survivability, to be a little more easy to fix. 27 current attempts to fix you. So far, none of them have worked. Although I'm not too sure what the main cause is. There definitely is an issue with your wiring. It seems like you're not able to respond and talk with me. However, it does seem like your system itself can hear and acknowledge what I'm saying, which is interesting to say the least. Quite barren and destroyed when I first found you. If it wasn't a hobby of mine, I probably would have left you. And again, we don't see vintage droids like you anymore. Gone with the old ways now. Wouldn't be too surprised if the upgrades I'm adding are a little too advanced. There we go. Let's take that off. The holding brackets, not really needed. Here, we can grab this. There we go. Let's see what we're working with. The filtration device seems quite damaged. Let's take a bit of a closer look. You know, every time I do a little project, typically they never take this long to fix. Here we go. Definitely damaged. Don't have any adapters left, nor any catalyst starters. See, we should have a new one. Here we go. Guess I haven't upgraded these in a while. However, they should work. A bit closer to your familiarity. Not too far off, now is it? What a difference. To see all the lost and destroyed particles in it. Seems to be calcium buildup for raw material. Given the sandstorm we found you in, it's not surprising. Let's add that here. I wonder how long you were out there. Well, hard to tell. You were quite weathered, but everything in this day and age now is. Let's see. I'll close that back up. We'll check the additional brackets. Tuck back in. Get these all back into place. There we go. Let's see. Check the connectivity of the wires, as well as the overall currently running. Let's see. Seems like quite a pain. Do the old way. Let's see. Grab them out individually. Grab a couple out. Seems fine. We'll check here. Let's see. A little lower than ideal. Nothing too concerning though. Definitely dated. Thankfully, still a new enough model that these can still work. Had to grab a older model just in case. Alright, let's see. So wires are not the issue. Let's put this back in. Not too many other options. Possibly could be the first battery I added on test 13 maybe wasn't compatible. Well, we'll test that out and see if you power on. Might have been an issue. Let's see. The wires themselves are working and there is power sensing through you. I'm just gonna hope that it's a compatibility issue that's not allowing you to power on. Let's open that up. Take a little bit of a deeper look. What is that? A298. We'll try a B72A. Let's see here. Put that in. Perfect. Let's see. See if you power on. A little extra. Hopefully it works. Can you hear me? I see your lights turning on, which is a good sign. Let's see. Robot, can you hear me? It seems like you can acknowledge me, but you're unable to respond. There definitely is an issue with your vocal box. Well, we'll continue the rest of our upgrades first before we get to your vocal box. Hopefully, they do aid you. If you can understand me, I will be removing your coloration discs. They seem quite corroded and not ideal for functioning. Let's grab them out. There we go. And we'll switch that off into your model. Shouldn't be too old. This will be new, not too suitable. Let's see. These were a 89. Okay. Maybe you'll be able to take a 208, 207 maybe. Okay. Let's see. They do look quite similar. Only a couple years of improvement. So they should be able to work. Alright, subject. So I will be switching out your coloration chips with a newer model. Although I'm not too sure if it'll work until I get your vocal cords and vocal boxes figured out. I believe this is a suitable replacement. Should be last two. Subject, are you able to move at all? I know I've kind of taken apart most of your limbs just to see the wiring of it all, so it is quite difficult. But if you're able to move a finger, an arm, or whatnot, please do so. To readapt and reconnect all of you, it seems, before we can fully communicate. Let's see, I'll take a look at your voice box. does seem to be extremely corroded. Not even too sure if I can get this out. This might work just to pry it out. Quite stuck in there. There we go. Get that panel off. Get it fully out of there. Seems it's difficult with the different shapes. In our current day, we have quite the different designs for the voice box for your robots. Although if I add a few connectors on the side up here, let's see. If I add you here, you two up there. You threw it down here. That should be able to work for this. Let's plug that in. Robot, are you able to talk? Please test your new voice box. Perfect. Please give a status report. Any abnormalities, any issues with your connections. Very good. Let's see. Voice box has been replaced, as well as filtration device, battery, and coloration chips. Subject is now able to respond and give input. Currently running status report. Subject, what areas are damaged? Let's see. Do you have a serial number, give a name, something better than call you than subject or robot? C859. C859. I see. Well, C895. My name is Kat. I am the one who found you in quite a desert area. Are you able to recall how you last got there? Any memories? Any idea of what happened? You were on a recon mission. What was the last year that you can recall? The date, year, time of your mission? You've been there for quite a while, hey? Almost 37 years. Surprised you've been able to power on given the climate and, well, the weather of that area. The corrosion there is no joke. A miracle that you survived. Well, I plan on fixing you up, and then I'll either see if you're useful around the shop, to fix and recover more robots, or we can auction you off. A collector, maybe. Well, I still have quite a ways to go to put you back together. I have upgraded quite a few things for you. However, I will have to change the coolant, it seems. As you mentioned, you have an overheating problem, most likely given the long sun exposure that you experienced. How unfortunate. While you and your model type are known for quite the durability, it seems like time itself is something hard to survive. We've got the newer and better models coming out, don't we? Very well. Well, I will continue to finish my upgrades on you. Still have to change your outside palettes and model design just to make you a bit newer looking. So hopefully if we do end up selling you or using you for recon ourselves, it won't be too much of a liability now, will it? Let's see. And now besides the overall coolant and liquid itself being an issue, is there any other concerns or worries you have in your status report? Anything that needs replacement, removed? Your memory chip? Very well, we can get that done. I will have everything uploaded first so we can send it back over to you beforehand. Let's see. Okay. Plug that in. Get that uploaded. Let's see here. Now it may take a moment. I had to get one of the older models to accommodate for you. It's funny, I wasn't even alive probably when you were built. All the new designs and technology. Quite a miracle. How technology hasn't developed. Here we go, just finishing the upload. Perfect. Everything on here. Let's grab a new updated memory chip. Transfer it over. Download complete. Plug that back in. Is that compatible? upload complete. I'll plug that back in. There we go. You are not having any errors, any warnings come up. Very good. Let's see here. Besides that, I'll get the replacement for the coolant. However, for the meantime, I'll power you off. I don't want you overheating or having any other issues. Alright, well, we'll power you off. I'll quickly take just add your full serial number. I want to make sure we can add that down. Let's see. What is that? Delta Charlie Kilo Alpha Mike November 7298521. Quite the small print that they added in. I didn't have my issued multi-tool here. It's been quite a pain to see that. Add that to your file for test 28, which will be within a day or two from now. We'll be fully upgrading and changing out your coolant to see if that solves all the rest of the issues. Very well. Power off.